Today's class, which is for both old and new students, I'm going to show you how to make different types of flay, not peplum, but different types of flay. I'll tell you the difference as we go on. So your fabric, one side has to be way longer than the other. That is almost half, not totally half, but almost half. So you fold them into two like this, okay, and then you take one side and form a triangle with it in this manner. Let me turn it around for you to see, in this manner. And this is a 180 degree, so you're making either 180 or 360. All right, so for 180 is just one, while 360 you need two of this. Now 180, your measurement is divided by 3.5, while 360 your measurement is divided by 7 inches. Now when you are doing 360, your front and your back have two different measurements, so you need two of it. That's front and back. Front, you add 1 inch extra, then divide it by 7 inches, and back you add 2.5 inch extra for zip allowance and sewing allowance. Let me use a calculator to explain. So you also say your waist measurement is 27 inches plus 1 inch, that's for the front, that will give you 28. Divide it by 7 inches, then you take 4 as your waist measurement. That's what you're going to measure. So let's say you are taking 180 degrees, you add 2.5 inch, okay, that's 180 degree. You then divide it by 3.5, that's 180 degree. Now for the back of 360 degree, you have your measurement plus 2.5 inch, that is for sewing allowance, then you divide it by 7 inches. If this is still confusing, please ask me in the class, I'll further explain it. Now when you want to take your measurement, that measurement that you arrived at, you take it on the angle that is straight here. All right, the angle that is straight here. For all students, it's not the same way you took your peplum. So you take it your angle straight here, and then you just mark the point where your angle, let's say your measurement arrived at 3, okay, so you mark, let's say 3 here, and you just keep marking the 3 and then form a, just connect the dots there together. You take your measurement on this straight area here, and then you form the dots together. Then you now take the length of your flay downwards, okay, you enter your flay downwards, and then you mark, mark through. If your line like this one I took here was like 4.5, so you just continue that 4.5 to the end, and then you connect the dots, and then you cut out the parts that's in this excesses out. So when you cut it out, you will see it will give you a half circle. So this is a half circle, this is a 180 degree. So you need two of this, okay, two of this to make a 360, or if you're doing a 180, then you divide it by 3.5. so this is where your measurement of your waist is. So this one you need to use two of it. Let me show you on an actual fabric. So let's say you're using 1 yard. This is 1 yard here, 36 by 60 inches. That's 36. I fold 36 together, and then I form a triangle like this, okay. So this is how you place it. So you are taking your measurement, you are doing 360, now you need 2. The one in the picture that I started this video, which was an illustration someone asked me of in this class, that one is 360, so you need 2 of it. So once you just mark out your waist measurement like this, you now take out the length, okay. This is marking the length, all right. So if you do this, you need 2, that's like 2 yards. So this is on 1 yard, and the second one on another yard. So when you're taking your back measurement, don't forget to add 2.5, make it 2.5 inch. So now I've done 2. I'm using this as an example, okay. That's front and back. Then you need to, like if you are doing a skirt, you use a band, but if you are doing a gown, you sew your top of your gown to this, each of it. So your front to the front of your flay, and the back to the back of your flay. That's simple. Or your band to it. So if you are using a skirt band, you just take the measurement of how long you want your band to be, and then you fold your band into 2, and then you sew it on the flay. If it is a dress, you sew your top to the dress, each of it, okay. You sew the front to the front and the back to the back, okay. That's, you interface it in this manner, and then you sew. So I've gone ahead to attach the band, okay, to it. So you attach both the front and the back band to it. The next thing you want to do now, okay, is to divide the back, okay. So this one now is the back, you fold it into 2. If it is a full dress, you fold your dress into 2 and cut it into 2 here, okay. So that's your back. This side is for the zip allowance. Okay, so you're cutting the side that has the zip allowance. Once you're done cutting it, all right, you're going to sew it to the sides. So if you're sewing this back side to the sides of the front, okay, so this is the zip allowance area here. Okay, then you sew it to the sides here like this. That's interface it to the side of your, like if it's a skirt, you just interface it like this. If you are making a dress, you sew and interface it. And so I've done that. I'm gonna here to sew, interface it. So this is like the front, and then this is the back here that I sewed and interface. So this is how it folds through, and this is where you put your zip. So your flay is ready. It almost looks like a peplum, but there's slight difference. Okay, there's a slight difference between this. So this is where your zip allowance is, and this is where you attach your zip and sew your zip. Let me show you the result. From this result, this is what it looks like. It almost looks like that of a peplum for old students, but it's not. A peplum stands while a normal flay doesn't. It falls. Okay, peplum can form different ruffles, while this one, the ruffles will just be falling. Okay, so that's it.